Well, hello, and welcome to Cozy Couch Corner again. For tea and tarot, I'm just gonna. My phone's on the wonk. Hang on. Oh, yeah, slightly better. I'm not sure it makes a lot of difference, but anyway. Oh, well, the sun came out for this reading. It's been a bit mixed all day. We've had grey and rain and dark and cold. And then we've had bits of blue sky and sunshine. So it's proper. I don't know what it is 1 minute to the next, really. The sheep are plodding on as they do. I haven't seen the cows. There was quite a lot of crows this morning and it's been quite wet, so they were managing okay. I have not heard from the boiler engineer, the heating engineer, that didn't come on Friday but didn't promise to. But when I went back and checked the messages, he said he'd be in touch and he wasn't. So I think about halfway through the morning, by the time I got around to it, I messaged him and I haven't had a response, so I don't know. And I was waiting and waiting. I don't know when I contacted him in the week, but I was waiting days in case he could come on Friday, and then he didn't, and then he ain't got back to me. Otherwise, I've got to try and find someone else. And it's such a faff. So, yeah, I might have to revisit that. I've still got other jobs need sorting out. What I'm working on is just accepting that stuff needs to be done and not getting stressed and anxious about it, which is easier to say than to do, is not being stressed and anxious that it's not getting done and trying to stay out of the frustration of the lack of communication from some people or the lack of movement from people. Because, yeah, the reading for today was about standing on the bridge, wasn't it? And it's I'm waiting for everything to move forward and it's not moving forward yet. So hopefully we will be on the other side of the bridge soon and everything will be flowing smoothly. But at the moment, yeah, trying to stay out of frustration, anxiety and stress and just go, it's fine. It'll get sorted out at some point. Yeah. Haven't lit a fire yet, and now the sun's come out, so that'll put a bit of heat in the house. We'll probably light a fire later to get me through the evening. And yesterday it had mostly gone down so that it could just potter through the night. I closed the vent down overnight and should just be sort of like glowing embers by then. Couldn't feel it overly warm in here in the morning, but it did have some. I mean, it's had some warmth then, or I wouldn't have stuck it. I'd have put fire on or lit stove already. So I think generally the temperature's a little bit higher. But anyway, I really need my tea. I'm a bit late today. At least it was dry to get me bin in. Although it had. When they've emptied the food bin, it's like a big tub with the lid, a swing lid that you can lock. And when they've emptied it, they leave it open. So full of water. And I tipped it out, but I tipped it out too high and then it splooshed all over me. So that were a bit daft, wasn't it? But at least it's clean because it's had a good wash now. So did I. I could climb into that cup of tea, I really could. But I better do the tarot, hadn't I? I'll climb into my cup of tea later. Oh, perfect temperature though. Right. I've already got slow down. Okay. What message have you got for us for Tuesday, the 21st of October, 2025, please? Ah, two of them tried to escape off the top, at least I think it's two. Oh, now all of them are trying to escape. Stop it. Right, stick in the box. Interesting. Oh, I don't know where we're going with these, I tell you. Two of coins reversed. And the 5 of cups upright. So 5 of cups can be grief, loss, and we can grieve a lot of things, not just people that have passed on. We can grieve, things we've lost, lives we didn't get to lead, and how much detail do I want to go into? We can grieve the loving parents we didn't have for some of us, or the loving husband we didn't have, or when you've had toxic friends, you grieve the loving friend that you could have had, or you grieve the life that you could have had, and all sorts of things. Anything. I'm having not one now. Hang on. I've still got my logo sweatshirt on, which I've forgotten about until just this point, where I'm doing a reading. Right. Let's do it, then I don't have to worry about it. Probably fall down, but it might. Right. Okay. Yes, it fell down. Oh, I might be taking that off in a minute. Having a proper hot one. Right. So the grieving the 5 cups, and that wasn't the primary card, that was the secondary card. So I'll see how it fits in with the first one. But we have 2 cups that are upright and 3 cups have fell over and we've lost the contents. It's not staying stuck, focusing on what you've lost, which we can get stuck in that. And yes, we need to grieve something when something needs grieving, but we don't have to get stuck in it. We really don't have to get focused, hyper focused on it, or just get absolutely stuck in it. And we've got other things. The 2 upright cups, there are positive things in our life that we can focus on, and sometimes we need to do that, and sometimes we're grieving, we need to force ourselves to look at the positive, and then maybe we have to go back to the other stuff and carry on grieving and carry on processing everything, because that in itself, grief is its own journey. That doesn't mean we're going to suppress it, because that's not healthy. But it's okay, now I know. It's about balance. I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I've just realised how this fits in. It's about balance, isn't it? It's about not. It's so easy, and our brains do this as well. We get so hyper focused on the negative and the things that have gone wrong, and the things we've lost and things we're grieving about, and our brain makes it bigger. It exaggerates it when we're focused on it. And it makes it more consuming of us. And sometimes we just need to go, hang on, this focus on something positive. Focus on what we've got going right in our life. Focus on the good things. Because it's so easy to get, especially when we've got problems. For example, now, when I've got things wrong with the house that I need sorting out, it's very easy for me to get absolutely sucked in and terribly stressed and upset about it if that's all I thought about, if that's what I was stuck on focusing. And at some points I have been, and the frustration of not being able to get things done. And then you tell yourself a story. I tell myself the story of what's going to happen if things don't get fixed and how bad it's going to get. And you can imagine exaggeration after exaggeration. We just blow it up huge. Why don't we do that with positive things? Why don't we take the positive things in our life? Why don't we exaggerate them? Why don't we blow them up into something huge? Why don't we get hyper focused on them? I don't know. I really don't know. Except the brain is, I think it's a safety mechanism. It's biased towards the negative. I'll say it again. Our brains are biased towards the negative. So we have to work really hard to keep our brains and our focus on the positive. Because it just gets down. And you can spiral. You start going down, you start spiraling, and everything, and all the problems get bigger, and all the solutions get smaller and less, and then they disappear because they haven't really, but just we can't see them. That's clinical depression, really. Been there. So the Two of Coins. It's about balancing. Yes, there's stuff going on in our life that probably for most of us that isn't right, or that needs dressing, or needs fixing, or needs processing, or needs healing. But it's making sure that we have a balanced approach, that we don't get sucked in down the negativity tube and the spiral, whatever. I could see like you used to get them like you'd put a coin in the top and it was patterned, and it'd be like, it's not a filter, I always forget what they're called, a funnel, and you put a coin in the top and it goes round and round and round, it slowly goes down, and then it disappears down into a collection thing in the bottom. Don't let that happen with the negatives. Don't get into this spiral that's getting narrower and narrower and narrower and narrower, and so so whatever you need to deal with, you need to deal with it and not suppress it, because it's not healthy. But you need to balance it with positive things and the good things in our lives. There we are then.